Hey everybody, it's me, CP Scholar, and I had to come back. I just went live and there was microphone issues. I pray to goodness that there's actually sound this time. But either way, I hope this video finds you blessed and happy and full of love. And I thank you so much for joining me once again on my channel for my review of Put a Ring on It. And so I owe you guys a little bit of an explanation. I am behind on my episodes. Yeah, I was busy. Yeah, I was working. But the real truth, the show is boring. It's boring and the issues are repetitive. So I hope that I could be away from it long enough so I could come back and actually start enjoying it again, be refreshed. And this episode was pretty cool. They tackled some issues and everything. But oh my goodness, none of these people belong in a relationship at all. Not even a little bit. So, with that being said, we're going to do episodes 7 and 8 so I can catch up because it comes on Friday, I believe, at 9 o'clock. And they were taking a break. Basically, Ready to Love ended. So, it gave me a little time to catch up and everything. This is a rant, not exactly a review, even though I kind of took some notes. But like I said, we have the couples. We have Shay and Fonzo. We have Kenneth and Shorty, and we have Charlie and Otis. And none of these people have any business putting any ring on anything because all of these relationships are trash. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and hit you guys with the intro. We'll get into it. If you've been enjoying my content, please hit me with a like. Let me know in the comments what you think about the couples themselves. And also, if you really like my content, hit me with a subscribe. I appreciate every subscriber that I've ever gotten because I know how you guys are genuine. There are no bots. I actually interact with the folks. And if you guys have anything you would like me to react to or review, I have no issue jumping on here and doing that for you guys. So before we get into the review, let me go ahead and hit you with the intro and we will see how it goes. Take 2. All right. So, like the intro says, this channel is about reactions, reviews, and grown up conversations. And we're about to have a really grown up conversation. I pray to goodness there's sound this time because this episode had a whole lot, and I'm doing 2 episodes in this one sit down so I can be all caught up. And shout out to April Showers and Tech E for letting me know that the sound was off. So, hopefully, you guys can actually hear. Actually, let me go ahead and check and make sure. Go to my channel and make sure I can hear my damn self. This is real live TV. This is what happened when everything is live and in living color. As you know, I'm the CPS Scholar. I'm on YouTube. And I do mostly relationship shows, except for Atlanta. If you haven't checked out Atlanta, that is one of my favorite shows because it's weird and it's Twilight Zone-y. And also on this channel, I do chats. I did the side chick conversation, side chick etiquette. We talked about the manosphere. We've talked about dating apps. We talked about all types of things that you could check out on my channel. Go through, listen, put it on, ride in your car, and listen to me run my mouth because everybody else does. So let me go ahead and hit this, and I'm gonna mute. And no, maybe I might mute myself. So let me go ahead and hit this. Yes, okay. So there's sound. So either way, shout out to April Showers and Tech E once again. Either way, let's get into the review. So on episode 7, they left us with yet another cliffhanger. And oh my God, Charlie's sitting at in the diner or the pizza place, looking like freaking Stony from Set It Off, like she's about to fight him. And Otis goes to the bathroom, cut some onions, put some lemon in his eyes, come back and fake cries to try to let her know that he actually is going to put effort in the relationship. Y'all know what I think. Otis doesn't have any emotions. He seems to have lack empathy. He's almost a sociopath. Yeah, I don't have a degree in psychiatry or psychology, but he definitely has no emotions tied, and he mimics other people, whatever he sees in front of him. And it's so obvious. He looks good, but there's no emotions there. Charlie tells him if they can't fix issues, they can't be friends. So she set her foot down, put her boundaries down, and Otis said he's gonna try. I don't believe it, but we'll see. Then we go to Kenneth, who's always cooking, and he's in there throwing down on some steaks, and he's basically seasoning up some steak, putting in some onions. That's what he's always do every time you see Kenneth. I think he has a food blog or something. That's how he makes his money. And his big brother, who looks like not only does he not look related, he doesn't even look like they live on the same block, stops by to talk to him about his relationship. And you could feel that he does not see it for Shorty. The energy was off. You could tell he does not like her. And he lets Kenneth know. And us, the audience, finds out that Shorty reaches out to their mom and him whenever she has issues with Kenneth. It's not, oh, let me come get a plate. Mama, you need something. It's no, your son is acting up and you need to come and get him right. Kenneth says he's grown, and what is he going to get, a whooping from his mom? And this is yet another situation where Shorty is sunning Kenneth, and it's probably because she wears the pants in a relationship. She's a little woman with big pants. She got pants on, and Kenneth feels emasculated, and she lets him know every chance she gets that he is not on her level. So it's pure shenanigans, it's pure foolery, and it's a mess. Either way, moving on, I just want to put this out to Shorty. That's his family and not yours. No matter what, they've only known you a short amount of time. They've known him his entire life, and they're gonna take his side, girl. It ain't gonna work. No matter how much crying and whining or whatever you're doing, they're gonna take his side because that is their brother and son. Just cut it out. And it does make you look kind of suspect because it's not like you're building a bond with his mom, which Shay would love to be able to reach out and call Fonzo's mom and talk to her about anything. And you have that, and you're just using it to try to get your way. So that's super duper crazy. Like, it's not the right thing to do. Before I continue, shout out to the replay gang. Like I said, there were people in here when the live originally started, and there was no sound. But shout out to the replay gang. Give me a like, give me a comment, let me know what you think. Either way, moving right along. Shay and Fonzo. So she's talking to him, and but you guys, Shay is so stunningly beautiful. When every time she wears less makeup, you just see how pretty she actually is. Anyways, they discuss that the main issue in their relationship is the lack of respect that Fonzo's mother has for Shay. And Shay's trying to get Fonzo to take accountability, and he's like, I don't know why she doesn't like you. And she's like, it's you, damn it, it's you. And Shay basically says that the mom doesn't even know when the relationship ended with his baby mother. And she asks, would your mother know when the relationship ended with the baby mother? And he cannot answer. As usual, he's he never can give a straight answer. Fonzo is playing games. Shay makes the point to say that her mom knows exactly when her last relationship ended because she told her, and Fonzo actually comes around the family. The whole thing is complicated because there's a grandchild, and I kind of noticed that it must be that Fonzo and his mother's relationship is kind of dysfunctional. He still stays in the place of a child because he can't even tell her about Shay. He needs to man up and have Shay be included in the family if that's who he wants to be in a relationship. Then we go over to Shorty. Shorty meets with her mom. And her mom says that, that she likes Kenneth from what she knows or whatever. But she says getting married to Kenneth won't change him as a person. And I totally agree with that. Shorty, hi, April, I see you. Thank you for checking that for me. Shorty complains about Kenny to her mom some more. And the mom says she only knows Shorty's side and that you guys shouldn't be together. And the whole question is, does Shorty have anything positive to say about Kenneth? I haven't seen her say one positive thing this entire show. Like I said, I believe that she is using this show to break up with Kenneth. And she gonna end up on First 48, Dateline, Law and Order Victims Unit if she keep playing with this crazy ass man. That is my thoughts on that couple. And they just keep going through the motions of the show. I have no idea why they're even on this show. Anyways, Shorty even tells the mom that she gave Kenneth an assignment to get his credit together in a year so that they could buy a house together. So if this dude is so raggedy, he doesn't pay any bills, you can't stand him, why the hell are y'all planning on getting a house together? It makes absolutely no sense. Are they playing in our face? But either way, he never did it and never happened. I believe that Shorty truly thinks that she is out of his league. And if that's the case, she needs to leave him alone. Because after a while, you're the one who's going to look suspect. Because you're saying this dude isn't in your league. You don't want to be with him. He doesn't make any money. He doesn't pay any bills. Why are we on put a ring on it? Make it make sense. Dr. Nicole is not going to fix this, y'all. It looks like both sides got to get together, figure out, take some accountability on how they both got here and make a decision if they're going to be together. Let me know what you think in the comments. Either way, Fonzo is meeting with Dr. Nicole, and he says it's been 4 years since he has been with the mother of his child romantically. He never really broke up with her. He said that he phased her out. So y'all, Fonzo is ridiculous like this with every chick that he's with. He ghosted the lady, and now he's stringing her along. That's why they don't respect Shay. That's why the mama thinks she's a side chick. So literally, we're sitting here watching Dr. Nicole teach Fonzo how to break up with a woman. This big, grown-ass, bald-headed ass man is getting taught by a woman how to break up with another woman. And she's sitting here telling him, tell her you still value her, even though you're not together. He's like, ooh, that's like some real game. See, Fonzo is on some bullshit. I'm sorry I have to cuss it. That's just what he's on some bullshit. And the women in his life are the stars of the clowns in the 3-ring circus of his life. So now we're on to Tavian Shorty, and they're on a date. And Tavi's bragging that he got out of the military by getting a tattoo on his neck because his dad wanted him to be in the military. So he purposely went and got a tattoo on his neck so that he wouldn't be able to be basically recruited. So I feel that's like a little bit of a red flag. Instead of standing up to his dad, because I think he had a kid at the time, he did that neck tattoo, a permanent thing. So it's really weird. I don't think Tavi and Shorty have any actual chemistry or connection. I think she's just happy to be with somebody who's not Kenneth. And Tavi actually owns his own gym. He actually has something going for himself. So she's going to definitely rock with him until she can't rock with him anymore. So Shorty starts teasing and saying, if I go on another date, my man is going to leave me. I'm like, good. Isn't that the point? You don't want to be with the man. Like, what are you doing? But anyways, we're going to go to the next scene because we got 2 episodes to get through. The ladies go out and Charlie talks about Otis, and remember the infamous DMs with Milan or whatever, the DJ. And she says that old Otis showed her all the text messages and that he was just being petty. But he apologized and he seemed to want to fight for his relationship. He was actually still mad about the flowers from the first date. The soccer player from Africa who we didn't even know where the hell he came from. He seen him appear from the bushes with some flowers, and that it was a retaliation. I'm saying this is so petty. It makes no sense. He already didn't feed her the salmon. He made her eat leftovers. He called her dirty and told her to go take a shower for going out with dude. So he's still mad about it. Like, that's a dangerous man. She needs to get out of there as fast as she can. But like I said, we're going to keep rocking through this show. So like I said, the ladies are together and they ask if, I believe Shay asked Shorty and Charlie if today they were asked to get married, would they do it? Would they be ready? And both Charlie and Shorty say no. Well, at least they were smart enough to say that. Now, if they're going to follow through with it, we'll see. So they go back to the group session, like, you know, that's what they always do at the end of the episode. And Kenny, basically Shorty's in there giving Tavi all these praises, speaking highly of him. And they ask Kenny if he's worried about it, and he's not worried about it because he says Shorty was talking nice about him too when they first met. So he knows her for her works. And he says he wants a separate meeting with Dr. Nicole. Side note, Shorty has been online trying to explain her side and why she's talking to Kenneth in this way. And it comes to find out that Shorty never got her meetings with Dr. Nicole. So she feels like she didn't get what she was supposed to get out of the show. And that's unfortunate because, like I said, it seems like Shorty is using this as a way to escape from a volatile relationship. If you pay attention to the actual previous episodes, he's played on her work website. She moved and he showed up to her job and followed her home and still moved in. And of course, she let his ass in because she was probably spooked. But this is a very, very crazy relationship that she needs to get out of. But Shay talks about her family, speaking to her family and them giving her the blessing to leave Fonzo if she's not getting what she needs in a relationship. And she said that made her feel calm. They like him, but they're definitely riding with her. And that's the same thing I said with Kenneth's family, right? Your family usually rides with you unless, it's something horrendous. And even then, they will still ride with you because you're a family. And Charlie and Otis talk about her date, and all he keeps emphasizing is that she looked good in her dress. And then they ask who's going on whose dates. And once again, we're left in another cliffhanger and move on to episode 8. They love to drag the shit out of an episode, right? Hi, GA girl. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for passing through. I appreciate everybody who comes sees me. Let me know what you think about the show. All right, let's go on to episode 8. So we're left with the cliffhanger once again with Charlie saying if she's going to go out on another date. And she says she's not going out with Chris because he wants to take her from Otis. And I'm like, no, he doesn't. He's a certified side dude, boyfriend number 2. He just wants to shoplift the pootie. If you've ever seen Jerry Maguire, you know what that means. He wants to hit. And anyway, isn't that the point of the show? And I'm like, and Fonzo finally says something that makes sense in regards to somebody else's relationship. He can't talk sense about his relationship, but he can speak on somebody else's relationship. And he's like, the whole show, everybody who's here, who comes to the show to be like the dates that the people in relationships are going on, are here to date, not be friends. If there's a spark or chemistry, it's on. They're going to go for you. Basically, the point of this experiment is basically to force you to work on your jealousy and boundaries. Because all Dr. Nicole ever says is, let people do what they're going to do and then act accordingly. And I totally agree. Of course, old Otis acts up and says that dude must have tried Charlie because she comes off as weak, which, that's code for saying that she's easy. He's always making innuendos, saying nasty things about Charlie, but he says it in different vocabulary to seem like he's not abusive or crazy, right? So, moving right along, the ladies try to jump in and defend her, but I am of the opinion that Otis's mindset and behavior is pure trash. Not him. I'm not going to call people trash, but his mindset and behavior. He's putting all the blame and onus on Charlie to have restraint instead of either saying the other dude is being pushy or saying maybe he's not doing what he's supposed to do and leaving her open to try to have to make that choice to get her needs met. All he's saying is that she's weak and if she lets dude get at her. Anyways, I feel like Otis has a problem with women. It's so obvious throughout the episodes. Even when he talked to his father about his mom, he had lots of negative things to say about his mom, who I believe has passed away, and how she interacted with the dad and wondering how he put up with her mess. So it was super crazy. It didn't make any sense. Anyways, let's go. Let's move on. I think that Charlie doesn't know how to vet men. She picked Otis, and it's obvious that Otis has a problem with women. And heck, she dumped a politician that was, Mr. Everything, only to get to fake Odell Beckham, aka Chris, and give him play. It was all weird. It didn't make sense. I hope this is all for TV. I told you Otis and Charlie are like Mr. and Mrs. HBCU. They look the part, beautiful. They probably have the right careers, but their relationship is a mess behind the scenes. So we go to Dr. Nicole giving out the dating assignments, and Shay promises she's going to calm down and not act up and potentially get buzzed by another chick in the head with a plate. But it's really weird. Shay like confuses me because she's ready to fight over a dude who won't let her meet his mother and has community D and laughs in her face whenever she questions him about it. So it's all super strange that she would get in her feelings like this. So I don't understand Shay, but we're about to go on the dates. So Alfonso put on every piece of jewelry he owns as usual and goes on a date with Tanisha, who's 33. Y'all, Tanisha is stunning. She's beautiful and she reads on the screen, right? She comes into the house and she sits down with Shay, and Shay says she's gonna let Alfonso do his thing, but then starts talking to Tanisha and giving rules. She says that tells her she can't touch, she can't have any side phone calls or texts, and she says that if I call Fonzo, he has to answer. Old girl say, okay, fine, great. And so she said, I love this one. She's great. I'm like, this is some BS. This got to be for TV because it's not up to the girl to keep her composure. It's up to your dude. That's between you and fake Rick Ross. And you keep going against the advice that Dr. Nicole is giving you, telling you, hey, let him do what he wants so you can see how he is. And you do what you do based on his actions. That's the best indicator of how he feels, his actions. But you won't let him do anything because I think deep down inside, you know the truth that he's on some bullshit. Like I said, be on your Mariah, let him be on his Mariah and be a butterfly, be free, or you're going to be driven crazy. And like I said, end up on Fatal Attraction on TV One. Either way, Tanisha turns to leave with Fonzo and Shay sees, I mean, I saw it too. All you saw was red cheeks walking away. And she says, your shorts are too short. And saying, how are you wearing these booty shorts and it's cold as hell out here? But that's just a side note. Shay being insecure. They go to a sushi class at a chef's house. And it was weird because it looked like a college apartment or some weird Airbnb. Why didn't they go to a restaurant? What's up with the budget, people? On what's going on? But either way, she tells Fonzo that she's attracted. And Fonzo tells her he likes natural women. And the way she reacted, the way her face scrunched up, I think she may have gotten offended. So she may have gotten some work done. But he says he likes stretch marks and tiger stripes. Right. And she's like, but then he kind of cleans it up and says, you know, if you got your work done, it's on you or whatever. And she's like, okay, I might could work with that. She's going to go along with whatever he says. Fonzo talks to Tanisha about wanting to merge families and have birthday parties together and ask her how she is. And she says she's cool with her baby daddy's girlfriend and that lights him up or whatever. So it is what it is. It's all a baby mama, baby daddy, smorgasbord, Brady Bunch, all that good shit. So anyways, I'm starting to think that Shay is the problem and not Fonzo's baby mama, because I think they said she was on the internet saying that Shay is the one that wants to fight everybody. And hey, we see on the show, Shay will try to put hands on people thinking nobody will beat that ass. It doesn't make any sense. But Tanisha is very much a go-getter and aggressive and asks for a second date. And Fonzo says, to be continued. So now Fonzo's doing cliffhangers. It's all out of control. Now we're with Charlie. And she sits there and writes a list of her needs and wants for old Otis. And one of the main things she said is she wants more quality time. And then Otis, old gaslighting ass, tells her she gets enough quality time. He's the one who needs quality time. She wants times without phones. And he's like, well, as he always does, tit for tat, says he wants that too because she's always on the phone when they're in the bed. And I'm like, you cannot communicate with this man because he continues to make himself the victim. And he definitely sees Charlie as a problem that he needs to mold and fix. This will never work. Either way, they need to communicate their needs if they want them to be met and they actually love each other and care if the needs are met. Like I said, Otis has no feelings and Charlie is putting in effort, probably in a waste. She has hope. And there's probably no need to have hope because it's a mess. He just looks good. That's it. Because I told y'all, Otis fine. He's just a mess. All right, we go with Shorty. She goes on another date with Tavi. It's date number 3. And they're like talking about maybe they're going to start developing feelings. And Shorty says if they go on a 4th date, it would be like cheating. And I'm like, Shorty, who cares? You're using this to break up anyway. Like, Shorty's not making sense. Maybe her and Kenny are on here just for TV. Except some of the scary stuff that's happened. Like I said, some more behind the scenes tea. Shorty came up on a check due to her boss sexually harassing her when she worked at another station. And good for her if he was doing all that. But Kenny saying she wasn't above his level before she got that check. And he's posted a whole bunch of videos of her saying she loves him and how he does all this, basically proving that he's a good man. And it was all creepy and it didn't make any damn sense. But like I said earlier, Kenny stalked her. He took her phone for hours, going through her text to see what she was saying to her friends. And he screenshotted her financials, which means he's a whole damn scammer. Run, Shorty, run. She stays talking to him crazy and calling his mama. They just need to break up. But Kenneth actually gets his alone time with Dr. Nicole, and he says that he feels that his voice is being taken from him in this group and from Shorty. And Dr. Nicole says they both have toxic patterns, and they've been doing this bullshit for 3 years, y'all. 3 years. Let me know how long you've stayed in a toxic relationship. Hi, Cool Gamer. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. You're awesome as well. So I'm like, why are y'all even together? It doesn't make sense. So like I said, Shorty needs to run. They need to break up. Shay goes on a date with a DJ named Silver Knight from Detroit, but he lives in Atlanta. And I was laughing because it seems like Detroit has taken over Atlanta. All the people they bring out from Detroit, because I visited there, I've been there many times. They're very Detroit, the way they speak, the way they look. And so it makes me nostalgic. I definitely need to go back to Detroit one day just for a visit. But he has a 1-year-old, and that's a red flag for me. I love children. Anybody who knows me, I love children. I'm like my own Sesame Street. I hang out with other people's children. I love children. But he pretty much has a 1-year-old. For most people, they see that as a red flag, just in case you're a dude watching and you want to know. Most of the time, they see that as a red flag because your situation, if you think about it, you have a 1-year-old, which means 1 year ago, minus 9 months, you were in a relationship with a lady and your business may not be done. So 1-year-olds, 2 years old is like you in the threshold. 3, it might be all right. It sounds crazy, but some people do go back to their baby mama to dilly and dally, and also with the women too. So usually if the baby's 1, there's still some mess still there. But either way, Shay asked him what's up with the mother of his child, and he said he would let his baby mama know if he had someone serious in his life. And Shay was shocked. She was like, oh my God, you would let her know? I thought every man wouldn't let what? I've met people who, as soon as even if they even allow me to meet the kids, I would know who their significant other was because it was that serious. So it doesn't make any sense what Fonzo is doing. He's totally playing games. And the DJ actually breaks bro code and tells her that Fonzo's playing games. So now she's in her feelings. So we go back to the group. And Charlie says that she feels judged by Otis. We know Charlie. We know. Otis plays dumb, acts like he don't know what the hell she's talking about. But then he acts like he's having a light bulb moment and doesn't know, and finally realizes what she's talking about. I'm starting to think they ass as actors too. Dr. Nicole says Fonzo needs to decide to. Shay needs to allow Fonzo to decide to connect with her in order for the relationship to be real, solid, and full of trust, which you can't have a good relationship without it. And Shay, even after all the stuff Dr. Nicole says, still says she wants to make the rules for Fonzo for him to act right. So I'm starting to think they're acting too. Let this, like Miss Evelyn, Miss E from the Braxton Family Values said, let that man cheat in peace, Shay. Let him cheat in peace. You're not going anywhere. You like his money. You like him. You're begging to be in his family, even though you know the way that he is. And just let him cheat in peace. That's all I got to say about that. So it looks like in the next episode, they're going to get rid of the people popping up for dates. And now you can only stay dating the person you're already dating or bring back someone you've already dated. So that would be funny as hell if Fonzo bring that crazy chick from Detroit back. I don't think she's gonna come back because I think she hooked up with the other dude from Detroit. Or the lady that came from New York when Shay was trying to put her hands on that lady when they were in the car. So with that being said, that was the end of episode 8. Who do you think is going to stay together? I'm going to give my prediction. My prediction is that Shay and Fonzo, because they already went to the altar, some bogus wedding in Vegas that turned out not to be good on paper. I think they're going to end up staying together. And then also, I think that Charlie and Otis are actually, I think Otis is going to propose. He's going to propose. Even though he finds so much fault with Charlie, he's going to propose just on the principle of it. And of course, I think Kenneth and Shorty are not going to be together because this is the way she's breaking up with his ass on that show. So thank you so much for joining me. I got it done, y'all. 7 and 8. I'm caught up. I'm going to have to make sure I do 9 closer to the time that it actually comes out. I still got to watch Atlanta and react to Atlanta. And I have the Married at First Sight reunion for you. And I'm working on a show for y'all. I'm excited for you guys to see how it turns out. Like I said, put in your recommendations, reactions. Thank you so much for everybody who joined the live chat. It gives me energy. Thank you so much. And I appreciate you. Like I always say, love who loves you. May God bless you with everything you need. And the Sepia Scholar is out. Y'all know I love y'all so much.